All right. Let's dive right into it today.
Yeah.
We're going to be taking a deep dive into Airbnb and more specifically,
Are specific.
Airbnb financials.
Yeah.
So we're talking fees and payouts today.
That's right.
And this is super interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Whether you're thinking about becoming a host or
Absolutely.
just want to know how Airbnb makes money,
Right.
this is going to be fascinating.
How it all works behind the scenes.
Exactly. And we're working with some really cool source material here.
We are indeed.
Some actual training materials for potential Airbnb hosts.
Straight from the source.
So this is
that scoop.
This is the real deal.
Absolutely.
So let's jump right into it. And the first thing to know is that Airbnb has a two-sided fee structure.
Right.
So that means...
It means both guests and hosts pay to use the platform.
So they're making money coming and going?
They're facilitating these transactions.
Right.
Think of it like a marketplace, where buyers and sellers come together. Airbnb is kind of like the town square, providing that space and taking a little bit of a cut to keep things running smoothly.
Okay, so let's break this down for the guests.
Right.
What are they looking at fee-wise?
So typically, guests are going to be paying a service fee that ranges from 12 to 18% of the total booking cost.
Of the total booking.
Right. So just for ease of talking about this today, let's just say it's a flat 15%.
15%.
Okay. And hosts, on the other hand, pay a flat 3% service fee.
Okay.
So let's make this real.
Yeah. Let's use an example.
Let's say you're listing this amazing, stylish city apartment for $100 a night.
Okay.
A guest comes along, books it.
Yeah.
They're going to pay $115.
Okay.
That's your $100 plus the 15% guest fee.
Okay.
You receive $97 after that 3% host fee is taken out.
Right.
And then Airbnb keeps that remaining $18.
Okay, so they're making a decent chunk of change.
Well, it's all about,
Facilitating
and providing that platform.
Yeah.
One thing to keep in mind,
Yes.
we talked about that 3% host fee.
Yes.
Depending on where you are in the world, you might also have to pay taxes.
Oh.
On top of that.
So is that like...
Things like VAT, GST, HST.
So that varies from country to country, or?
Exactly. It's going to vary based on your location.
Okay.
Different kind of sales taxes, essentially.
All right. So factor that in.
Absolutely.
When you're doing your calculations.
When you're thinking about those financials.
Okay.
Now, here's where it gets really interesting for hosts.
Okay.
Airbnb, that 3% fee that covers everything.
Okay.
You don't have to pay extra for processing credit cards.
Oh.
You're automatically covered by their host protection insurance.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's like a built-in safety net.
All right, so that's a pretty good deal.
Especially when you compare that to platforms like VRBO or Booking.com.
Okay, yeah, that is very different.
Yeah, you often see additional fees on those platforms.
So Airbnb is kind of streamlining it all into that 3%.
That's the idea, making it simple for hosts.
All right, I like it.
Yeah.
All right, so we talked about the fees.
All right.
Now let's talk about the fun part.
The payouts.
Getting paid, yes.
Yes.
So when can hosts actually expect to see that money hit their account?
So Airbnb, they're going to release that payout 24 hours after the official check-in time.
Okay.
And this is really important to remember.
Right.
It's not the guest's actual arrival time.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's that check-in time.
So give me an example.
Okay, so let's say check-in time is 4 p.m.
Right.
You're a guest. They decide to, stroll in at 8 p.m.
Fashionably late?
Fashionably late, yeah.
Yep.
You're still going to get paid the next day at 4 p.m.
Okay.
It's all based on that official check-in time.
Now, why is there that 24-hour delay?
That's a great question.
Like, why?
It's not just random.
Yeah, why not just...
It's all about protection.
Oh.
Protecting both hosts and guests.
Okay.
It gives guests time to report any problems with the listing right away.
Okay.
Make sure everything's smooth.
Yeah, no one wants a bad review right away.
Exactly. It gives everybody a little bit of breathing room to make sure things are good.
Now, what about first-time hosts?
Oh, yeah. Great point.
Anything different for them?
There is a little bit of a difference there.
Yep.
So first-time hosts, you typically see a longer payout.
Yeah. Okay, how long are we talking?
Somewhere around 5 to 7 days.
Okay. It's not terrible.
It's not bad. It's just standard procedure for Airbnb to verify your identity, your bank information, just making sure everything's legit.
Right. Security check.
Exactly. It's a security check.
Okay.
But once you're all set up,
the
payout options are pretty great.
Okay. Tell me about it.
You've got that flexibility. Direct deposit to your bank account.
Yeah.
Even if it's a foreign account.
Oh.
So if you've got international properties, perfect for that.
That's a good option.
You can use PayPal. A lot of people find that convenient.
Yep.
And then we've got Pioneer.
Oh, yeah. Pioneers.
which is a great option if you're dealing with international transactions.
Okay.
Or you want a little bit more control.
Okay. More control over your funds.
Exactly.
That's cool. All right. So
you've got options.
you've got options for getting paid.
A lot of flexibility there.
Yeah. That's really good.
Yeah.
Right. So overall,
yeah,
payouts are pretty reliable.
Once you're past that initial waiting period,
okay,
it is important to remember, though,
okay,
that 24-hour delay
right.
can be a little bit tricky for hosts sometimes.
Okay.
Especially if you got a last-minute cancellation.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You might have turned down other bookings.
Yep.
And now you've got a gap in your calendar.
Yeah.
And you've got that delayed payout.
So that's a good point.
Definitely something to factor in.
For planning and,
yeah,
your income.
Absolutely.
All right.
So it all ties back into that fee structure as well, right? When you're setting those prices.
Yeah. Don't undervalue yourself. All right. So much to think about here.
There is.
I feel like we've only just
scratched the surface.
Yeah, scratched the surface.
But we've covered a lot of ground. We've talked about how those Airbnb fees work.
Yep.
The ins and outs of the payout timing.
Yes.
All those different payout options that are out there.
So many options.
So this is where I want to turn it over to you listening.
Yeah. What do you think about all this?
How does this fee structure, how does it impact the way you think about pricing your property as a host?
Yeah.
How do you make sure you're maximizing your earnings?
Right.
Staying competitive?
Yeah.
How do you plan for that 24-hour payout delay?
Especially during busy season.
Oh, especially during those peak times.
Yeah, that's a lot to consider.
It is.
It's a lot more complex than you think.
Yeah, it's not just listing your place and,
and getting paid.
Getting paid right away.
There's so much more to it.
Absolutely.
So this is a great jumping off point.
It is.
For all of you to go out and
do your own deep dives.
Yeah. Learn more about Airbnb.
And how it works.
Absolutely.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
My pleasure.
Into Airbnb fees and payouts.
Always fun to chat about this stuff.
Till next time.
CRL it.